Assalamu alaikum. This morning I made a video um, addressing this knucklehead, this clown, Prince York, and the live stream that he did with Saneter on Saneter TV, Black News 102. And when I got to a certain point of the video, it shut off. Okay. Well, what I was going into at that time was the fact that Brother Polite reminds me of York in the way he talks and the way he presents his arguments and things of that nature. Okay, we need to stop using York as a reference. The nigga's completely corrupted and he told a bunch of lies, and York knew better. York knew exactly what he was doing. Okay, and I'm sick of seeing people parroting that bullshit. But anyway, a little while ago I watched Dr. Mayat talking about, is the black woman God? Okay, and she made appears to me to be a very strong argument. And she used some scientific, actual science, okay, to make her arguments, in refutation of some of the bullshit that's out there, and it's bullshit, and we need to stop pretending like this is actual real, stuff, And one of the books that she mentioned and that she showed on the screen was a book by Malachi Z. York, you understand, with some bullshit in it about women being able to impregnate themselves and yada 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 and all this other bullshit. Stop using that nigga for your arguments that you're making. Stop using him as a reference. See, for those of us who've been around for a long time, I wasn't even familiar with the book that she was talking about, the black book. Okay, I never read it, but I can listen to these cats and know just how they sound, where they getting it from. Okay, I left York long time before he went that far out in the left field. Back in the late 80s I was studying his doctrine at that time. Some more bullshit, some of it was true. He was very good at mixing the truth and the lie, you see, to hook you. He's giving you the honey, but there's poison in that honey. Okay, it tastes very good. He's sliding the hook down your throat. He'll convince you with a certain amount of truth, a certain amount of fact, but he's gonna slide in the bullshit. Trust me when I tell you. Okay, I found out the hard way back in I started studying his doctrine maybe 87 or 88, and I stayed with it till about 91. Okay, but it took me that long to realize it was bullshit, and that was before he made a bunch of gigantic flip-flops and twists and turns. And a lot of you people just, especially you young ones, man, y'all just have no clue. Get out there and do your actual research. You understand? Make sure that this bullshit that people are telling you is documented. You understand? Don't get fooled by the slick talk, the fast talk. You understand? I've been knowing, especially from New York City. Okay, not to say that everybody from New York is like that, but I've met quite a few so-called slick niggas or fast talkers from New York City, and they think they got people fooled with the bullshit because they talk fast, and they think that, listen, I told one cat one night, listen, just because you talking fast don't mean I'm thinking slow. Okay, get out of my face with that bullshit. You understand? We got to stop letting people lie to us, man. People been lying to us and lying to us and lying to us and lying to us, we still falling for it. Come on, man. York screwed them kids, literally. You understand? But see, we knew York was twisted. That's why we got out of that garbage in 90, 91, 92. You understand? because we saw what he was doing. York was destroying families. York was destroying families, black families. You know, that community that he had on Bushwick, you know, York was throwing niggas out of the community with their families in the dead of winter with no place to go. You understand? You know, just, man, you know, the men out working and hustling. You know, York and his lieutenants and captains back at the community screwing their wives and all this kind of bullshit. You know, this is the kind of bullshit we seen taking place in the late 80s, early 90s. So it don't surprise me that he graduated to pedophilia down the road. Don't surprise me because he went unchecked. Niggas just let him do whatever. You see? Anytime you just let niggas just go unchecked and they just do whatever, guess what? They gonna do whatever. A nigga will try you to see how far you'll let him go. You understand? And niggas just let do whatever, and he kept doing it and kept doing it till it went to the extreme. You know, Saneter, stop letting these niggas come on your platform with that bullshit, man. Stop it. You know? Really. You know, I remember watching the video and the brothers were saying that, you know, Saneter trying to raise 30 grand for a van. I'm all for that, brother. I'm all for that. I love what you're doing for the most part. But I'm telling you, I can't, I don't fucks with your period. One, not whatsoever. You understand? And you don't understand how things get real ugly when you deal with these kind of people. You understand? Yeah, you might think, well, it's just another black man. He trying to uplift black people. He's supposed to have unity. You can't have unity with everybody because some of us ain't for us. You understand? Some of us only trying to get over on us. Some of us trying to use us to get rich. You understand? And to do, you know, to have power. You understand? So sometimes you got to know when to put a brother in check. You understand? And will never accept that bullshit. You understand? Y'all need to ostracize them niggas. Stop dealing with that shit. Unless he willing to come out and publicly say and condemn his father for that fuck shit he was doing, it needs to be just like that. You know. But anyway, let me get out of here. This was my reply to that live stream, and I saw that clown, man. And I'm not. Another thing I want to clarify. I'm not putting him and Polite in the same exact category. Okay, I'm just saying that when Polite talks, he reminds me of York. You understand? Man, I go way back with that shit. You understand? But the son should have an obligation to condemn his father for the acts he committed against those people, those children. You understand? Those families. You know, people mad with Dr. Umar about a few dollars. This nigga was fucking people's little boys, man. How y'all letting that shit go? Salam, I'm out of here.